Have you been keeping up with all the changes at Envestnet this year? We've been given special access and behind-the-scenes access so we can identify what is new this year, talk to new leadership, and also introduce these new initiatives and talk about the new acquisitions that Envestnet has made to help you be a better advisor and give great advice to your clients. So let's see what the next 2 days have in store, shall we? Let's go. First up, I'm with Chairman and CEO of Envestnet, Judd Bergman. Now, Judd, you just wrapped up your opening keynote. You talked about how important transformative leadership is in our history, but also how it applies to Envestnet. How are you using the tenets of transformative leadership to really help Envestnet deliver services for your customers?
Well, you're kind of turning it around on me a little bit, Bill, and I appreciate that. The talk was about transformative leadership and the qualities of them, and there's 5. You have to be a visionary. You have to embrace technology. You have to be courageous. You have to be a unifier, and you have to be a great communicator.
Yep.
But this, we used Winston Churchill as an historical example, and this was really aimed at the transformative leaders here, which are advisors, entrepreneurs, financial services firms. We're trying to refine and expand our vision on financial wellness and really expand what it means to be an advisor and what it means to give advice.
Yep.
Going beyond investing and portfolio management, and of course including financial planning and tax and estate planning, but also to begin to broaden that to protecting capital and protecting legacy, and eventually managing credit. So that vision is expanding, and that's important. And of course, embracing technology is what we do.
That's right.
So you see examples of the acquisition of Money Guide, which we're thrilled about today, the seeding of the new venture to create Apprise Labs and more collaborative tax and estate planning tools. So this unifying all of the apps and all of the channels and all of the ways that advisors and investors can communicate about an investor's financial situation and financial wellness. This is a powerful, powerful thing. I think it's going to be the next mega trend. And then combine that with unifying the generations around this. It's very exciting.
That's great.
But the advisors here have a lot to look forward to. I've got to go meet some of them right now.
That's right. Thank you so much for taking the time to tell us what advisors have to look forward to here at the Advisor Summit.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks for all you do for this industry, too.
Thank you. That means so much. So that was Judd Bergman about how Envestnet is helping advisors be transformative leaders and deliver great advice to their clients. Next up is a session by Tamarack, all about the Tamarack Platform in Review. Okay, so I just came out of the Tamarack Platform Year in Review session. Now there were 5 things that I have in my notes that I want to bring you up to speed about. So first of all, they talked about how Tamarack is used for prospecting. Prospects can now log into a demo version of the client portal. They can use the account aggregation to add some of their accounts so the advisor can get a quick start on onboarding that client information. They also showed the digital account opening, which is in pilot with Charles Schwab and TD Ameritrade Institutional. The second thing was client meetings and communication. They showed how the account summaries can be viewed by clients right in the portal. And there's also a unique relationship diagram that you can see right here about how all the accounts are connected to a household. Third up was the mobile app. Essentially, the mobile app gives you a consistent experience as to what people see on the website browser. They see all that information right in the mobile app. The fourth was the introduction of sleeve reporting and trading. So those of you using sleeve level trading and reporting for your portfolio management, you'll find that new addition very, very useful in your business. And finally, they finished up with firm analytics. There are recent enhancements where firms can view how clients are utilizing the portal, who is logging in very frequently, what pages are they viewing when they log into the portal. There's also relevant information for firm revenue, advisor performance, and so much more. So now we're on a short break, which will be followed by another keynote session by the president and CEO of the NASDAQ Group, and then this afternoon we jump into the breakout sessions. Now we just finished the Tamarack update session. I'm joined by Andina Anderson. Now Andina, you took quite a bit of time to talk about the new faces and the new updates from the organization. So what can you share about what's new?
Yeah, it's been a really exciting few months for us. We've had a lot of changes, a lot of great opportunities coming to us. So along with the larger Envestnet changes, with Stuart transitioning into data to really own data, and I'm stepping in to lead Tamarack, we've had the opportunity to look at our whole leadership team and bring in the right people, some of those already at the company, some brand new faces, and it was just really looking at what experiences and what were we trying to do with the product. So really excited. I think you all heard from Sarah and Tom who just spoke, who are really great additions to the team and have been making a lot of really impressive changes. So we're excited about all the changes.
Now with all these changes, there's a little bit of some confusion about where Tamarack now fits in among investment advisors and the solutions that they use. You had a slide out there that described how Tamarack fits in. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, I think it's more thinking about the types of advisors that are using Tamarack. So we have historically and continue to serve predominantly the RIA space. And it's RIAs that are looking for growth and technology to better service their own clients. That's what we're really focused on. And a lot of those clients are advisors that are supporting high net worth clients. And so being able to have that flexibility in those tools and all of those integrated pieces to really help them give that story.
Well, I hope that paints a better description of the tools that are available to anyone watching this video. And we're going to connect with Sarah and Tom in a little bit to get a little bit more detailed on the roadmap and speed improvements that are coming soon to the platform. So thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
Now joining me is Sarah Rasmus. You are SVP of Product for Envestnet Tamarack. Now most of our viewers recognize Brandon Remby as directing product for the company, but now that is your role. So you talked about today in your session the enhancements in technology, in client experience, as well as strategy with respect to the product roadmap. Can you elaborate a little bit more about that for us?
Certainly, and you're exactly right. As we think about product management within Envestnet Tamarack now, we're organizing our thinking around the stellar technology platform that drives the business every day, and then the fundamental tools that you need for great client experience in the hour by hour throughout the work week, but then the really strategic initiatives that will allow our clients to differentiate and become that next level of advisor for their end user clients.
And you've brought new faces, new roles, new positions. I understand you have some new hires coming on board to really direct that product roadmap and that development. How excited are you about the opportunities that Envestnet Tamarack can bring to financial advisors and wealth managers?
I could not be more excited about the opportunity set that we have ahead of us and the Tamarack product roadmap that will help us get there. And you're exactly right. Within the product organization, we've elevated some existing Envestnet Tamarack employees to positions of VP of product management over key core offerings, things like Tamarack reporting, Tamarack trading, and the CRM space. And then we have the rest of the troops in to help support them in those efforts. And it's just a wonderful time to be with Tamarack.
All right, that's great. And we have right off to my shoulder one of those individuals that's part of your troop. So I'm going to go talk to him. Thank you so much for your time. So one of those individuals is Tom Dabson. Tom, I believe, is right here. Look at that.
Hi, Bill.
Now you were talking about the engineering team that you lead. You're working on things that are under the hood. What can advisors learn and experience with the changes that you've done with the engineering team?
Sure, so what we're trying to do is make everything just a little bit more responsive and more robust and just kind of a better product in all, right? So Tamarack has been around for a long time. That code base is built up over more than a
15
decade.
years, right?
15 years
Yeah.
of things coming together. So what we're taking is a fresh approach and kind of making sure that everything we do in the future is going to be faster, better, stronger than it is. So starting with things like site speed, we know that's a big issue with some of our clients.
Report generation speed, right?
Report generation speed, getting that faster. Sync times, we're actually trying to get to zero sync eventually. That's the goal. So everything would flow, and basically data would just swap out, so there would be no downtime on the site. Data would be flowing. All the calculations are going to be based off real data and not pre-calculated data. So everything we're doing is just trying to make Tamarack get the advisors the information they need as soon as it's available.
So not only client-facing and advisor-facing updates, but also things beneath the hood that make it just run so much faster.
Absolutely.
Terrific, Tom. Thank you so much for telling us what's happening behind the scenes.
My pleasure. Thanks.
You've heard from Andina, from Sarah, from Tom. Now we're headed to a secret off-site location where we can talk to the new executive for Envestnet Data and Analytics, Stuart DePina. Here we are, Stuart. Last year it was oysters at the French Market in New Orleans. You mentioned something about brisket and ribs, so we're at Ironworks Barbecue.
You know how to get to a fellow, let me tell you right now, pal, this is good stuff.
So we've been running around, we've been talking to a lot of existing people and relationships at Envestnet Tamarack, as well as many new people with Envestnet Tamarack. And you also have a new position yourself as the executive of data and analytics.
Yeah.
So can you wrap up day one with all this new information, new organization? Can you help put a bookend on it, on what advisors should expect moving forward with the result of all this new organizational structure?
Well, you know what, from an organizational structure standpoint, I think we've got the right people in the right spots. We've done a great job this year of combining all of our wealth products and resources under one umbrella, under the wealth umbrella.
Yep.
And we've had this in play for over a year and a half now. But we finally started to knit it together this year. It's going to be a relatively long journey, but the journey's in flight already. And we're hopeful that the things that we'll do together are going to be much more aligned than they have been in the past, first and foremost. As a result of that, our clients are going to get a much better experience out of using our solutions.
When you were talking about getting the right people together, when we last spoke, you talked about the network effect.
Yep.
Is there more that advisors can expect from that cohesive network effect moving forward?
Without question. I think now that we've taken data and analytics and moved it outside of everything else and put all the wealth components together, we've been working on providing solutions for advisors and then leveraging the network effect, as you say, because we have a really strong community of users. And in that strong community of users, we have a lot of different use cases. And finding people who can have conversations with other firms that are like them, we find is going to be very rich and helpful. And a lot of the analytics on top of the data that we're looking at will help them do a better job of understanding, you know, what are some of the better practices for the profile of the firms that we have.
So you and your team, you bring that data and analytics
Yep.
and push that forward into a new market. You have Bill Krager with the Wealth Solutions Group. And we were here yesterday. You had user groups where you have a number of your firms providing that direct feedback to all of the people that work under you to bring those best ideas forward, so that not just they can benefit from it, but all your customers, all your users, and the clients they serve, they can benefit from it as well.
Yep, you nailed it. I mean, that's what we've benefited from, particularly the way that we structured things this year. You mentioned the user groups. This is the first year we've had the user groups kind of segmented by the types of firms from a practice standpoint. And we've actually trying to re-infuse, if you will, some of the information that we're learning from them. So that's been extremely insightful for everyone involved.
Well, I hope this is a good bookend of day one. There's a lot more to come with day two, but clearly with the new organizational structure, the new faces that we've had the privilege to meet with today, I'm excited about the prospects for the future, and I can't wait to see what is in store at day two of the Advisor Summit.
Great, I appreciate it, and I know you will. I know you're going to love it. We all love it.
I will. I'm going to love it just as much as I'm going to love diving into this barbecue.
Talk about bookends. This is a good way to end the day.
All right, let's have some barbecue.
Sounds great.
We are back in the expo hall one last time. My head is full of Envestnet ideas. My stomach is full with some great barbecue ribs. So if you enjoyed coverage of day one, hit that thumbs up button. We will be back, so be sure to catch our coverage from day two of the 2019 Envestnet Advisor Summit.